Hi everyone, welcome home. I'm Jarrell. Today I'll be opening up a violin that I bought for about $45, $50 from a pawn shop that's in another state. I ordered it in. They sent it over, so I just received it. So today I'm recording from my new studio setup. I run my own business, and part of that I need to have my own recording space, green screen, recording booth. And so I thought, hey, it'd be fun if I just did some of my own personal videos from my new studio setup. So I'm not a YouTuber, so don't subscribe or like. But do comment if you have any questions or if you want to see something. I've got a whole bunch of stuff that I'd like to share with you guys. And I'm not a YouTuber, I just want to share cool things that I like. So let's go ahead and open this guy up. I'm pretty interested. So the whole point is I want to know if this is going to be a good violin or not. I was looking at the pictures. I have a feeling it's a pretty old German-made violin. The listing for this instrument, the only details were that it is a brown violin, and that's all they said. So I live in Australia. These came from Cash Converters, and the details said brown violin. From the picture, they only showed one picture. It was just the smallest picture, and it looked like, to me, it looked like probably between a 1920 and a 1940 Joseph Klotz German-made violin, but I'm not sure because the picture was so small. It's very, very small. And even if it's a clone of that violin, it's not going to bother me. I just like something nice to play when I go around playing gigs and whatnot, and playing at music clubs. I just like something that sounds nice. You know, this is paper, isn't it? I just want to get the tape out of the way, but I kind of think I don't really need the knife that much. Today I'm using this really nice Uzi folding. It's got a curved tanto shape to it. It's really nice. I really like the handle on this. Good solid blade. It's actually easy to close. What I really like about this blade is that it doesn't flick itself open, and it doesn't snap shut, so you can push the thumb catch in there, and it closes pretty easily, but it doesn't flip out, which I really like. That tends to get a little dangerous in some situations if you can't hold it, perfectly right. Alright, I'm just going to get some of that tape out of the way here. Okay, I'm just going to tear this bad boy right on open. So I guess we'll find out together if this violin's going to be any good or not. Got the wrapper out of the way. Got the tape here. At the end of the day, if the violin isn't very good, it wasn't that big of a gamble. It was only about $50, $45, something like that. But the case looked quite old from the photo. I was basically looking at a thumbnail to try to identify this thing. My hope is that they had something pretty good, and the pawn shop just had no idea how to tell if it was a good violin or not. Like I said, the listing just said brown violin. Taped that on there. Okay. This is the case here. So the reason why I got it was in the photo, some of the fine tuners had been removed. So this is it. This is, okay, yeah, it's a pretty old looking case. Let's see if there's anything in here. Okay. I think I guessed correctly. It has Perestro Puritano. This is going to be really old. Yeah, this is old Rawson here. Really old. Yeah, that's going to be useless. Okay. But that kind of, from the photo, looked like a German-made case to me. So here's what I guessed what happened. Okay, so that's not flamed maple on the back or anything. Okay, here's what I think would happen. I think this was owned. That's an Aubert. Okay, nice. It's got a quality Aubert bridge. It's not a cheap student thing. What I guessed, that's an ebony tailpiece, was that this was played by someone who was very good. As you can see, they've removed the fine tuning star. I think that person died, and then I think that someone in their family picked up this violin and then tried to learn how to play it, and had a hard time tuning it because the tuners weren't on there. Okay. Okay, what I'm just going to do is try and tune this up, and I'm going to see what kind of sound it makes. I don't recognize what kind of strings these are. That doesn't, that low string doesn't look right to me, unless it's a really old kind of string that I don't recognize. So the reason why I think, someone picked it up and tried to learn it is because there are these guide things that they taped on there. I'd like to remove that. Oh man, it can leave behind a mess. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna very lightly heat that up with, oh, this has been on here a while. That tape's been on here a while. I'm gonna have to remove that very carefully. I might use a blow dryer very carefully and just heat up that tape a little bit just so I can remove it and try and remove all the residue that I can. That's going to be a nightmare. There's a little bit of damage on the top there, but what I'm going to do is just tune this up. They put this in the wrong, that's in the wrong spot, so I think if I can did that. Okay, so there is no maker's mark. That sound post seems like it's really, really far to the treble side there. No maker's mark, and I'm wondering if someone had removed it at some point for whatever nefarious reason. Alright, let's just go ahead and figure out what kind of sound this makes. I'm just going to grab a tuner here. Okay, and I'm going to look at the bonus here. Alright, what's the situation here? That's a Valencia bow, it says, and Valencia makes entry-level, pretty cheap instruments. Alright, let's see what's going on here. Ooh, that's grindy. Okay. I don't know if I even want to tune it up with these strings here. Okay. Let's just do this quickly here. Here we go. Hopefully I can get this. We can just try and record real quick. These are old strings. That's not good. That's not good. That string is not good. Okay. Whew. What I think I'm going to do, I think I'm going to pause this video and then I'm just going to restring this, because these strings, that's not, I don't know where the heck they got this string from. That looks more like a guitar string to me. I'm gonna pause this. I'll be right back. Alright, I'm just using a bit of lemon oil to clean this. I've got the stickers off. Just cleaning the fingerboard here and getting that sticky residue off, so I'm using a bit of lemon oil. And this is usually what I use lemon oil when I need to clean an instrument, especially when I'm fixing up guitars that have been abused and reconditioning them. So I'm just trying to get that cleaned up nicely there. And I really want to get that unpleasant sticky residue off. I can just condition it a bit. Now that damage on the top there, I'll get that with a, I'll soak a paper towel, just make it damp with water. You can set that over that sort of damage there, and you use something like a soldering iron to sort of steam it, and that'll, it won't make it invisible, but it'll sort of, the cells that have been damaged and pushed in, it'll sort of reinflate them a bit, and it won't be a crater in there, but there will still be a bit of visual damage, but it'll be a bit better. Alright, so I'm just using a bunch of Violin oil here. Maybe that's a bit much, I can't tell from here. It's very, very sticky. Alright. I've almost got all the tape residue off from there. Who knows how long that tape has been on there. Alright, give me a second, I'll put some strings on this bad boy. Okay, alright. I got this fella cleaned up a little bit. I got other stuff to take care of, so I couldn't spend all morning on this. I put the chin rest back where it should be. I got some strings on here. It'll take a while for the strings to settle, of course. It's just some cheap backup strings that I have sitting around the studio in case something breaks. I don't have Rostro obligatos just sitting around as backup, so I actually haven't even heard what this sounds like yet. So this will be the first time I hear it. I haven't been playing fiddle for very long. I learned fiddle for work, so I don't know what this is going to sound like, so we're going to find out together. Here we go. Beginner rookie mistake. I didn't even tighten that. Here we go. I need some rosin, and I've just been setting up a new studio. I tore apart my office, dismantled it, have been rearranging, and I have no idea where any of my rosin went. So this bow is a bit dry, and I don't know where my rosin is. I'm not going to use that old stuff that's been sitting in there. So interesting. I'm not going to get a good read on this. Just give me a second. I'll see if I can find it. I'll be right back. Interesting. It's very bright. I've got no idea. I've got no real idea where it's from, what it is, but I do like the sound better than The student fiddle that I was using just for studio recordings, it's a Palatino. It's just fine, but in terms of its timbre quality, it's quite plain. This, I think, has more complexity in the timbre of the instrument. It's quite interesting to listen to. But again, these are garbage strings. You pick them up for a couple dollars. These are just a backup in case I'm in the middle of a recording and a string breaks. I need to replace it. Having said that, having heard this instrument, I think I do want to put a better pair or a better set of strings on this, because that A string is really squeaky. It's quite unpleasant. And again, that's not the instrument's fault. That's just the cheap backup strings that I've got sitting around. I think it's interesting. I quite like it. I was hoping for a deeper, warmer timbre. This is quite bright, which is good. It's I may not take it out on gigs and performances, especially when you're gigging with other players and you really need fine tuners. You know, the lighting changes a little bit. Someone opens, the bar door, and a cool breeze blows in, and all of a sudden you're totally out of tune. In those situations, it's better just to have the fine tuners. This is quite a nice instrument that I would really like to use in the studio. It's got a sound, I think, that's real nice. Brightness that I really think suits country music quite nicely. I'm looking for a fiddle to play old-time folk music, traditional music, so I think I'm going to keep looking for something a bit warmer with more tone complexity down a bit low. Anyway, thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. Welcome to the new studio. I'll be recording and sharing more videos more frequently since I've got this great space to record now. I can do cool backdrops and get decent microphone setup. I'm still working on the microphone setup. I think this one's a bit noisy. It's just pro temp until I get some deliveries in and set up the rest of my studio. Thanks everyone. Take care. I'll see you around.